40 years ago in 1982, a group of compassionate and caring people looked around the streets of New Haven and they saw a need to provide shelter to those who didn't have it, a need to care for the struggling around them. What did they do? They opened Columbus House. In the decades since, this need has unfortunately continued, but thankfully, the compassion and caring has also endured. Today, Columbus House not only continues to offer shelter in New Haven, but they've expanded their services far beyond. Their mission? To serve people who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless by providing shelter and housing and by fostering their personal growth and independence. This group, its mission, and its incredible work right here in our Archdiocese is supported in part by the Archbishop's annual appeal. And it's a pleasure today to share with you some words from John Brooks, the Chief Development Officer at Columbus House. Have a look.
People experiencing homelessness are people. They're people just like us. They have dreams, aspirations. They do things that we do. They're just in this situation that all of you help get them out of. I had lunch with Patty today, and Patty was talking about, some of the talents of some of our clients. And it's amazing. They paint, they play music, they play ball, we have nurses, we have college graduates. So, and again, talk about preaching to the choir. You all know that, and you all have helped every day with what we do to try to change lives. Since about 2001, because that's as far back as my database goes at Columbus House, through the Archbishop's appeal, somewhere in the neighborhood of $157,000 has been contributed to Columbus House for our efforts. So we can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough for that. We got an issue with long waiting lists, lack of affordable housing, and we have more people that are experiencing homelessness because of the economic fallout. But we'll do everything we can to try to find them a place, to try to find them a home, to try to find them a safe place to stay so they're not back out on the street. We can't do our work without you as volunteers and without you as donors. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't survive. By the very nature of our federal grants and our state grants and contracts, they don't fund 100% of the programs that we run. By the nature of some of those grants, we're required to raise 10, 15, 20% of the overall cost to run a program. So we're being funded at a deficit right off the bat. And that's where you come in, that's where the appeal comes in, that's where all the fundraising comes in every year that my department does. Many of you know Sherry DeMario, my volunteer coordinator, and my team. That's what we do every year. We raise about $1.5 million in addition to all the grants and contracts in order to provide the services for the people that we support. So we can't thank you enough. The best part of my job is doing this. It's being out with you, our friends, our supporters, our volunteers, to get to tell you the impact of what you're doing, how you're helping, and how you're changing lives. So thank you.